Some people travel the world to find themselves, chasing sunsets, climbing mountains, basically doing anything to find means. But I found mine in the pages of books. In stories, I found pieces of myself that I didn't know were missing. In characters, I saw my fears, my hopes, and my courage. Books became my passport to places that I couldn't afford to visit, my mentor when no one was watching, and my mirror when I needed to understand who I was becoming. A good day I bid to all. My name is Tashnia Kaur Jasper Singh from SMK Bandar Baru Salatiga, and my school code is BEA 9604. I'm just a regular student that happens to be a little bit obsessed with books. Not just reading them, but learning from them and thriving with them. And sometimes even arguing with them, but in my head, of course. However, I stand out from the rest. I am not just a student. I'm an inspiration, a role model. For many years, I have worked on building my academics, my leadership qualities, and my personal growth. So I choose to be kind, I choose to be grateful, and I choose to be the best version of myself. At the ripe age of 13 years old in 2023, I was already a Nilam figure, the Vice President of English Society, the Vice President of Red Crescent Emergency Committee member, Bowling Committee member, and I also participated in many public speaking and poetry competitions. Where else, at 14 years old in 2024, I was selected as Malaysia's top outstanding student by the Ministry of Education, KPM, and Maxis, receiving a whopping 1,500 ringgit award in recognition to academic excellence and leadership qualities. Other than that, I am a Nilam figure and a co-curricular figure, specifically Toko Citra Karisma, an award given to students that have the special ability to influence people around them in a positive way. To add on, I am a prefect, specifically Deputy Head Prefect. I was awarded Best Prefect at a leadership camp. To add on, I am the President of English Society, the President of Red Crescent, Bowling Committee member, and Red Crescent Emergency Committee member. Let's not forget my speaking skills. I am a public speaker, a debater even. I joined International IIUM Debate Championship and won Best Debater in 3 out of 5 rounds. Finally, at the age that I am today, which is 15 years old, I am a prefect. English Society, Red Crescent Emergency, and Bowling Committee member. I am SMK Bandar Baru Salatiga's head debater. Recently, I joined a state-level debate championship and won Best Debater in 2 out of 4 rounds. A lot of that growth started with 3 books that changed how I see the world and myself. Now come on, let me show you and give you a little peek of every book. The first book that I have here with me is The Healing Power of Vitamins, Minerals, and Herbs, written by Wayne Kalin. Now, this book explores the therapeutic potential of supplements in enhancing health and treating common illnesses. It is in an organized A to Z format which is easy to use. It details all about the vitamins, minerals, and herbs, benefits, recommended dosages, and possible side effects. Additionally, and most importantly, this is all backed up by scientific insights. Next, I have with me Why Study Smart, A Teenager's Guide to Academic Success, written by Theo Eicher. Now, what's lovely about this book is that it talks about a student's challenges in high-pressure academic life. It gives us relatable examples and practical strategies that allows us to implement it successfully. This book talks about how some students can excel in their studies while some students don't, even though they put in the same amount of effort. Last but not least, I have the first book in the Artemis Fowl trilogy titled Artemis Fowl, written by Ian Colfer. This book talks about Artemis Fowl II, a 12-year-old boy whose plan is to restore his family's lost fortune. But what's his plan? His plan is to kidnap a fairy and demand ransom in gold. But these fairies are not gentle creatures. They are not from your bedtime story. They are dangerous, they are armed, and they are a part of an underground civilization. But however, this boy, Artemis Fowl, does not care. He is determined to defeat them until he loses himself. All of these books taught me meaningful lessons. What I can do to take care of my body, how to improve my academic performance, and basically looking after myself in general. However, it also put me in the shoes of an evil mastermind. Needless to say, Why Study Smart, a teenager's guide to academic success, written by How I Cheer, really spoke to me, and I would like to share a lot more about it. So, let's dive in. Wait. Let's take a look at the physical aspect of the book first. It has a yellow to white gradient, which is truly eye-catching for the readers. And there's a boy holding an A. This allows the users to visualize success. And we all know, if we like something from the cover, of course we will buy it. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to share with everyone my favorite chapter of the book, which is chapter 7. In my opinion, this is the most important chapter because it talks about the right mindset. Well, right mindset, what is mindset? Mindset is a set of beliefs. So, it doesn't matter if you spend 20 hours to study, but if you don't have the right mindset and if you don't love what you're doing, there's absolutely no point. Because whatever you study will not be retained in your long-term memory. All in all, after reading this book, I feel more confident. I feel more powerful, and now I know that I can make learning work for me instead of it going against me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have created a teacher feedback form for 3 of my subject teachers, and I have given it out to my Malay language teacher, my English language teacher, and my moral teacher. From my English teacher, Madam Noliana, she has mentioned that I have the initiative to do something and the ability to control the group and to control the situation. Whereas for my moral teacher, Cikgu Ayatul Azira, she has mentioned that I have the responsibility and puts in a lot of effort in the work given. Other than that, she also mentions that the student is very strong and has a lot of leadership qualities and is firm and strict. Finally, for the last teacher, her name is Teacher Hafiza Ibrahim. She is my Malay teacher, and she has said that I am kind and ambitious. Whereas I also volunteer and control the class. To every teacher that has taught me, thank you. To every friend that has shared a book or a thought, thank you. And to anyone out there wondering if it matters or not, trust me, it does. Because sometimes the biggest adventures does not happen out there in the world, it happens right here, between the pages. Thank you.